Language is important. Language is essential for our understanding of what is actually happening. More improvements to the words that we use for Newton's first law of motion. You may have learned Newton's first law of motion before, and we all know that thing, right? Objects at rest stay at rest. Objects in motion stay in motion unless acted upon by some kind of force. Now, in physics, we clean up the language. Objects at rest tend to stay at rest. Objects in motion tend to maintain a constant velocity, speed in a straight line, constant speed in a straight line, unless acted upon by a net force. And that's the formulation that I've used for a while. But the answers to a test question that my students just gave have convinced me that we can no longer use the word tend. We got rid of want, wish, and try before because it turns out that objects don't want, wish, or try. So please don't tell me that the thing, the boulder, wants to stay there, because it doesn't. Don't tell me that the car wants to stay in motion at a constant speed in a straight line until acted. No, that's just, they don't have wants, wishes, or desires. And even if a person like me has a want or a wish or a desire not to follow Newton's laws of motion, it's inevitable. You have no control over that. Your want, your wish, your try, not interested. So I asked the question, to bring up those two things, explain why tend, the word tend, is a better word to use than want, wish, or try when referring to the motion of objects and Newton's laws of motion. And I prompted them. There are two significant reasons. The first one they answered correctly. They said, yeah, objects, inanimate objects don't want, wish, or try, so it has nothing to do with that. We should not anthropomorphize or personify, using those literature terms, those objects. You shouldn't do that. And what I was looking for was even I, not an inanimate object, even when I try not to, I still must follow the laws of motion. But a significant portion of these honors physics students, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 4, 20, 25% of these students said, we use tend because there are exceptions. What? What? Wait a minute, I thought that we knew that Newton's laws of motion were these things that were pretty solid, that objects will generally follow these. Yeah, there are exceptions at really crazy high speeds and for the really small stuff, but they don't understand those exceptions. They don't understand those exceptions. They don't understand those exceptions. That's not what they're talking about, because, you know, we use tend because, you know, it's a word that means, you know, in general will kind of often follow the, it's not that, basically it's not that solid. Oh my goodness, seriously? No, that's, but, and again, they don't know the special applications. So that's not what we're talking about. Apparently we can't use the word tend anymore for Newton's first law of motion. So we have to go to the word will. Objects at rest will stay at rest. And objects in motion will maintain a constant velocity, or will stay at a constant speed in a straight line, unless acted upon by a net force. Objects will do this unless acted upon by a net force. Objects will maintain a constant velocity unless acted upon by a net force. New language, consistently do not use tend anymore. Now I understand why. Language is important. Language is essential for our understanding of what is actually happening here and everywhere, and all the things you see. Get that language right. And that's why we can't use tend, and we got to use will from now on. Thanks for watching Learn Physics. And thanks for that thumbs up too. Really helps a lot. New videos most academic weeks. Subscribe for more. I've even got education ideas, Freaky Physics Friday, and Tech Tip Tuesday. And for bicycles, motorcycles, and family adventures, it's my other channel, Bike Physics. You just learned physics.